So a serious and willful petition you read online about serious and willful, an S&W. You got hurt at work, serious injury, it's not right. You shouldn't have gotten hurt at work in the first place. And you want to see if you can pursue that type of benefit. It's tough, I will say, up front. Most workers' compensation injuries unfortunately occur, but they're not necessarily something that would fall under a serious and willful. So a serious and willful, Labor Code Section 4553, says that if the injured worker is injured due to serious and willful situation, so you've got to have generally three things. You have to have the employer has knowledge of the condition. The employer has to have knowledge that serious injury could result because of the condition. And then you can get a 50% increase if the employer knows those things and then the employer doesn't take any sort of corrective action. So an example of the type of thing, you're at work, you're telling your buddy that's both on the line with you, hey, this isn't going to work out. Somebody's going to get hurt the way that this machine is operating. Is that going to be serious and willful? Generally not. You need to tell someone in charge, an owner of the company, someone in management. So your buddy that's on the line, not going to be good enough. It's going to have to be someone that has knowledge of the situation once you tell them and the power to do something about it. So your buddy may not do that. But let's say you go to your employer, you go to the owner of the company, you go to the president of the company, you go to the manager of your department and say, hey, this situation is very dangerous. Something needs to be done. There's an electrical wire that's hot and it's sparking and doing close to getting water. People walk by, someone's going to get electrocuted. Your employer says, a shock is good for people. Bad news. Then you can pursue a serious and willful. You have to file a separate petition that gets filed with the board. You have to file a serious and willful petition. Generally, it's going to have to be done within a year of the injury. So you can't wait 5-10 years and file the serious and willful later. Going to need to be done within a year. Need to lay out the facts. And again, the important thing, the employer knew of the dangerous condition. The employer knew that serious injury could result, and the employer failed to take any sort of corrective action. So that's the serious and willful. It has to be a serious injury that could result from it. So someone gets a paper cut, sadly, not serious. Has to be a willful act by the employer. Either they knowingly let people do something that was knowingly dangerous, or they failed to correct some sort of dangerous condition. This is a serious and willful. It doesn't really go against the insurance company. It really does go against the employer. So the employer may have to hire a separate law firm or a separate attorney to represent them. Each case is unique, but that's serious and willful. Not run-of-the-mill. It does generally, what'll happen, you'll settle the workers' comp case oftentimes, and then you'll have to have a separate trial later on the serious and willful if you don't wrap it up in the settlement at the same time. That's serious and willful. Employer knowledge. They knew that dangerous condition or a dangerous condition existed. They knew that serious injury could result, and they failed to do anything about it. What can happen? A 50% increase in all of the benefits, and it's all of the benefits. Temporary disability, permanent disability, medical treatment, 50% increase. There's no cap on that. So the potential recovery can be huge in the right circumstances. But that's it in a nutshell. If you have questions about a serious and willful petition in your case, I'd recommend contact Information and Assistance Officer at your local WCAB office, or reach out to a local attorney for a consultation. If you have questions about this topic, drop me a question down below. See if I can give you some general information on it to help you understand workers' compensation in California better.